Hello, what's up? Sorry for not being very active for the past like 3 weeks. I've just been chilling and doing a bunch of school stuff, which is taking too much time. But yeah, like right after the drink, um, I have just been chilling, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next. But this is a fun little add-on that I worked on a few months ago, but I actually never posted it because it's not completely finished, but it's at a point where it's still pretty useful in my opinion, and I thought I would share with y'all. All right, so it's called optimize, and it does exactly that. It optimizes your scene, depending on it's basically going to optimize the polygons. Like based on the camera position. So let's duplicate this guy a few times, and so we get a very interesting scene as we can see here. So yeah, it's a lot of dudes, but let's add even more. Let's fill this out a little bit. All right, cool. So yeah, we're at 4 million polygons already, which is quite a bit. So what we're gonna do, let's say our camera for the render is right here, and let's say we want to optimize this scene a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we can enable the C radius, and that allows you to get this visual representation of how the decimation is gonna work. So basically, the closer to the camera your object is, the less decimated it's gonna be, and the farther away, the more it's gonna get decimated. So everything past this point is gonna get like 0.01 or something like that. So it's gonna be very low poly. Um, so based on what we see from the camera angle, we can, yeah, I think this is pretty good. But you can change the radius if you want to. Um, all right, so what I'll do is I'll just disable that, and I'll select all the objects which I want to decimate. So that's going to be everything in this case. Sometimes you just want to select a few handful, like maybe you don't want these like first ones to be affected. I'll keep one guy there just because why not? Okay, so I'm gonna hit optimize, and that's now it's done. That's all it's doing, you know. So if we look at the modifiers, we'll see that all these guys have got an optimized modifier, um, with a ratio that depends on the further away it is from the camera. So if we look at this radius here, all of these guys are having they're not having a great time. They are not looking very well. But from this far away, you don't actually notice it. So that's great because we went from 4 million to 1 million, and I still think that's quite a bit, to be honest. But these are not completely accurate, I found. For some reason. I don't know why. These face counts don't really add up in this triangle thing. But it's, yeah, like we've brought down the polygon count quite a bit, which is awesome. So if I want to disable, let's say I want in particular, let's see something that might actually show up. I mean, this looks pretty good. Like, let's say I really want his face to not be mushed. I can just disable selected, and that's all done. I'm just gonna remove all the stuff. And let's say I want this to be baked in now. I want everything to be applied. I can just apply all, and that's gonna do just that. It's gonna apply everything, so we won't have to have a bunch of modifiers in our scene. And depending on how many objects you have, this might take a few seconds to load. Okay, that's it. So now these are all applied, and you don't have a bunch of modifiers that you don't might not want. But yeah, that's all. Um, yeah, hopefully this is going to be helpful to just optimize your scenes a little more and boost your render times. And I mean, let's say I have a big forest of like photo scans, and I just want to quick and dirty just save on some space. I can do that, or not space necessarily, but make my renders a little bit faster, which is pretty nice. And yeah, like if you want, you can change the radius if you want to have like, yeah, and you can just hit optimize again. I'm just gonna recalculate the selected objects. But all right, that's pretty much it. Hopefully y'all are gonna find this a little bit helpful, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.